Good morning, Dreamweavers. Good morning, Pisces. We're going to get right into this. Only beings of the highest light are welcome to this reading. I have cleansed the energy already, and I'm going to pull some What's the Vibe for you to see what the vibe is this morning. I hope everyone is doing well. The energy is clearing after the full moon. It's feeling lighter. I feel like you are all starting to feel like yourselves again. Maybe some of you had to get rest because it's important to do that when you're feeling it. You do a lot of work in the spiritual, and you do a lot of work in the ethereal, and you do a lot of work here on earth, right? You do a lot of helping people and a lot of helping yourself, and you have to remember to rest because part of your rest is part of resting. Your glow up is part of your rest, or your rest is part of your glow up. Okay, let's pull that one. Hopeful, inspired, optimistic, success. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling this morning. I'm feeling like you all are feeling hopeful, optimistic. Maybe in the past few weeks, the energy's been heavy. I believe that Saturn's getting ready to move out of your sign for a little bit. The energy is going to feel a little bit lighter. You're maybe going to be reaping some benefits. I see success here. So I feel like that hopefulness is returning. Not that you weren't feeling hopeful and not that you weren't positive, but I believe that you're doing some things to taking care of yourself. You did the self-care things. And remember also that this is a time that you're entering where maybe, I think I talked about over functioning, and this is something I really want to focus on, especially for my Pisces out there after 40, whether you're a woman or a man, because you're going into a time where you've been working, you've done so much work to bring that into balance for yourself, to bring yourself into balance. And when you're in balance, you do not overfunction, not for anybody. And you want to make sure that you are staying there, because overfunctioning is what brings anxiety. When you overfunction, you worry, right? Like you're overdoing it. Your body is stressed, and then your intuition is affected by that. So you want to make sure that you're always reminding yourself, and there's no guilt in resting. There's no guilt in feeling that you need that downtime. As a matter of fact, Spirit says that they need you to take that downtime, rest when you need to, and because it's in that rest that your inspiration will come. It's in that rest that the energy will come for you to do more, for you to continue to do the work that you're doing. All right. What else, Spicy? What else? Spirit. Oh, I saw lust. You guys might be feeling, oh, nightlife, striptease, gamble. I just saw lust and I see nightlife, striptease, gamble. I just posted a reading where you need to get out. Nobody has to go out and strip. All right. That's not what Spirit is saying, but they want you to lighten up your energy. Have fun. Take a gamble. I'm feeling the full energy. Spirit wants you to be in that energy right now because you deserve it. You've spent so much time stressing, reflecting, closing yourself off because you had to protect yourself. And it's not that you don't need to protect yourself. You're doing that by resting. You're doing that by resting and keeping your intuition open, right? Keeping yourself unstressed so that you can receive the downloads and the message, so that you know what to say, you know what to do, you know what not to do, you know what not to say. But that doesn't mean you can't have fun. And if striptease is your thing, that's fine too. It doesn't have to be. They're not saying that you have to go and strip. It's just like that fun. Take a vacation. I see Vegas here. Maybe some of you need to go to Vegas. Just because you go to Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? I don't know. That's what I just heard. But yeah, whatever. Just go out. Give yourself permission to have fun. The success is coming. It's about time. Take a look and see what you've cultivated, what you've manifested already, and celebrate that. It's time for you to celebrate. It's time for you to feel good about the things that you've brought. And I know that you've brought into, that you've manifested and brought to fruition, that the harvest that you're bringing, that you've brought in. And I know that you have, a lot of you have so many more things that you're bringing in, and it's coming. Spirit is there. Spirit is helping you. This is going to be a time where the you're still going to have to do the work, right? But the work is not going to feel, it's not going to feel as heavy. It's not going to feel like a burden, because you're stepping into you're stepping into your power. You're stepping into your purpose. And when you're in purpose, that work doesn't feel so much of a burden. It's enjoyable, although you need to rest from it, because it can be tiring, because a lot of it, for a lot of you, it's spiritual work. And so you're using your intuition, you're connecting with spirit, you're receiving downloads, but that doesn't mean not to have fun. That doesn't mean that you don't get to enjoy yourself. That doesn't mean that you don't get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know, what are you bringing all this in for if you're not enjoying it? If you're not stopping to see and celebrate your successes? And yes, you'll have others to celebrate with, but you can celebrate for yourself. I think there's no greater joy than sitting back, looking to see what you've done, and giving yourself on the path. You don't need to wait for anybody else to give you you don't need permission. You don't need permission to have fun. You don't need permission to celebrate. You've done the work already. You deserve it. What else, Spirit? Oh, it's Friday, right? So maybe you can plan something. Plan a vacation for next week. Next week's supposed to be a really great week for you. I don't know much about astrology, but all the astrologists that I've been listening to say that it's supposed to be a really great week for you. Blocked, yes. Moved on, nothing to say, stop calling. Double life, cheater, backstabber. Of course, this has to come out, right? This just had to come out. I don't know. What is it with Pisces and this energy? But here's the thing. Either somebody's moved on, blocked, or you've blocked them. You don't have anything to say. Anybody that's in this energy, you don't have it. There's nothing to say. You're not interacting anymore. You're not arguing. You're not, as a matter of fact, you're actually unbothered. Look at her. She's talked to the hand, because the face is not listening. Talk to the hand. No, we're not listening. We're not, like, don't come to me with nonsense. Don't, you can see them. You can see right now you've protected your energy so much, and spirit is helping you protect your energy so much, that you can see this shit coming from a mile away. You are like, talk to the hand. This is not for me. I'm not engaging. I am staying hopeful. I am staying optimistic. I got my success to get my eye on, and you know what? I got my nightlife to get on. I need to get it on. I need to plan my vacation, celebrate my successes. We don't have time for this nonsense. And the people in your life may be looking at you thinking, like you're living a double life. And I think that's come up before, but who cares? Like, you don't care. Like, you are unbothered. That's not on you. If someone is coming and they're showing up, and they're showing up two-faced, and they're showing up in this energy, and you feel like you need to block them, you don't have anything to say. Now they want to say, well, Pisces Pisces is bipolar, right? Pisces, what's wrong with Pisces? No, they're just getting the other side of you. Maybe the side of you that they haven't seen before. And you know what? They deserve it, because it's not just that they deserve it. You deserve to be able to protect your energy. There's nothing that says that you have to allow people in your energy to act a fool. And I just felt just not irritated, but just like an unbothered irritation. Who do you think you are? Like, who, they're probably thinking, who do you think you are? But who do they think they are? And like, you're like, no, talk to the hand. Okay. Anything else for Pisces spirit? You are all about staying positive and enjoying your successes right now, and you're not letting anything come in and mess that up. Boundaries. What did I say? You are not letting anything come in and mess that up. The spirit says keep the boundaries. Enough is enough. Defend yourself. And defending yourself doesn't mean like talking a lot, saying a lot, gossiping. No. That's enough. Not picking up the phone when people call, saying no to outings in areas where you know like the energy that you're putting out is not being reciprocated. That's your self-respect. That's keeping your boundary up and saying enough is enough. That's enough to defend yourself. Sometimes not saying anything can speak louder than words. And I'm not talking about, what is that called? Like when they say about when you're dealing with a narcissist, sometimes you have to not ghost them. It's called something. It's called gray rocking them. And gray rocking is a technique, right? Like where it's like the silent treatment where you're just like, you're not responding, you're not engaging in the energy that they're putting out. And I think anybody that's putting out negative energy should not be we should not engage with. Listen, I just had an incident the other day where I had an interaction with someone, and they basically with an attitude told me like go take a flying leap. And this was an environment where that should not have happened, right? And they were upset. Basically, for some context, they were upset, and you guys might deal with this also, because these will be tests. These types of things that I'm going to explain, what I'm going to explain to you right now, are things that may come in to test how resolved that you are, your resolution to yourself to stay. All right. So, speaking of boundaries, right? Speaking of boundaries, guys, sorry about that. I got interrupted. That was my son calling, and I take his call every morning. So, speaking of boundaries, it's really important that you show yourself that respect and you decide when enough is enough, right? And sometimes it's okay. Like you have to take a pause. I just had to take a pause to take this phone call, right? And because that's something that I have the bandwidth for. The days where I don't have the bandwidth for it, I don't take the call. I set the boundary and I say no. And then when later on, when I'm able to, and I have the bandwidth, then I do it. So this is just you just having clear boundaries, saying no, being able to move on, and you're not guilting yourself anymore about that. I see apology here, but I'm thinking like no apologies. Like you're doing this without apology. This card says arrogant, rash actions, insincere. I don't feel like you're being insincere. I feel like you're not apologizing. If you apologize, it would be insincere. It would be against yourself. Like you're not trying to do that. And then we have waves, emotions, worry, fear. I'm feeling this as a past energy, that in the past, like your emotions were all over the place because you worried about saying no, you worried about moving on, you worried about just keeping quiet when it was time to stay quiet, or not calling or not answering that call every time somebody jumps and wanted to get into your energy and trauma dump on you and move on, because a lot of times that energy is not reciprocated. Who do you call when you need someone to talk to? Who do you call? And I feel like it says worry here, but look at this. Does she look worried? Like she's on here, she's walking, she's balanced. I just feel like your emotions are, at this time, your emotions are balanced, right? Let's pull some tarot. Let's see. What I like this. I want you want your why not enjoy yourself? Like right now, you're living life with boundaries and balance and without apology. That's what life is about. Living life unapologetically. I think that's what I'm going to call this. Living life unapologetically. 3 cards and the tower at the bottom of the deck. There's the tower at the bottom of the deck. We have the 9 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. The fire energy that you have right now that's allowing you to say no and take care of yourself is leading you to happiness. It's leading you to you're doing all of this. You're collecting your cups. You're collecting your cups so that you have enough to overflow and give others, because with the 4 of Pentacles there, I feel like at one time you were holding on, right? Like you had, and this is ironic because there's fire energy, earth energy, and cup energy, right? I'm trying to get a sense for what spirit is trying to say here. Give me a minute. Okay, so here's what I see. I see that you are you're holding the wand. You're holding the passion. You're like you have the passion to create what you want to create. And maybe at one point you didn't feel like you had enough to create the things that you wanted to create in your life. But here's the thing. You've the fact that you've balanced your emotions, you've stopped. I don't feel like this is you like holding on for dear life, like being stingy, not being stingy, but like being afraid that you're going to lose your pentacles. That's not what I feel here. I feel like you stopped overgiving. You stopped just throwing your pentacles away. Like throwing, what is that saying, casting your pearls at swine? Yet you stopped doing that. And because you stopped doing that, you were able to balance out your emotions, give yourself the love that you needed, give yourself the care that you needed, take care of your health, take care of your wealth. And stop allowing people to bring towers into your life. And because you've done this, right? Because you've done this, others in your life, people that have been in your energy in the past, or people who want to be in your energy, are feeling like they're being hit with a tower. If what they were doing was causing a tower for you, it's all that energy is being returned. And so you're avoiding, now that you're balanced, you're avoiding these towers. And even if these towers are falling, right, all around you, you're balanced and you're not being affected as much by the towers that are falling around you for other people. If you need to help, you will help because now you have your balance and you can help. But you're no longer impulsively trying to control everything that's happening on in everyone else's life. And I feel like before, when you were doing this, you were taking on people's karma, you were taking on their karma, and then you were taking on the tower with them, because that's who you are when you're helping someone, right? Like you were it's almost like your energy and their energy were became inseparable. And whether or not other people knew that, or whether or not you knew, that's what was happening. And so now that you've balanced out your emotions, you've stopped trying to control the situation or throwing your energy at everything that comes your way without thinking first, right? Because you still have, you have the passion. You have the passion, but you're realizing even with the passion doesn't mean that you have to throw everything at everyone, or you have to empty out all your cups to give to everyone. That you can hold it for yourself until your cup is overflowing. And then when that cup is overflowing, then you can give to others if you see fit. And if you see a tower coming, then you're unapologetically not engaging. And protecting your peace is your right. Protecting your peace, it's not toxic to protect your peace. You don't have to apologize to people for protecting your peace. What else does Spirit have for Pisces? What else? What other message? Spirit doesn't want you to apologize for protecting your peace. Because being apologetic for protecting your peace just leaves the door open for people to come in and manipulate, right? But when people see that you are no longer engaging and that you are unapologetic, that's a boundary. That's a boundary that's hard to cross. And you've learned to create those boundaries that are untouchable. The only way to get through is if you let the boundary down. But now that you know what the boundaries are, you know how to hold your boundaries firm. Your emotions are balanced. You are able to share your emotions. You're able to celebrate yourself even when other people have towers. It's not because you don't care. You have the Nine of Cups here. It's not because you don't care. It's because the karma is not yours. Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, it's not because you don't care. Because you've gone from the Four of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. Nurturing. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit. You came out as the Queen of Pentacles in the last reading. Yeah, I just feel like you're birthing the things that you want. You're coming out of your emotions and you're birthing the things that you want to see in your life here on earth. You're bringing it from here and you're bringing it down to earth. And although you're holding the pentacle, right? And you can see you're appreciating the pentacle, it's not like you're holding on tight, but it's your pentacle. It's your pentacle to split, share if you want to. You decide how you distribute your pentacles. Somebody else cannot come in and dictate to you how to distribute that. Anything else, Spirit? Before we're going to close this out. Any other messages for Pisces here? The Emperor. You're the ruler of your empire. Either that or you have an emperor in your life that's helping you. Why the Emperor? Let me... Yes. What did I say? Like I said, you have an Emperor coming in. Look, the Empress fell out. That's you. I wasn't sure if the Emperor was you or if it was someone coming, your counterpart. The Emperor is your counterpart. So you have someone in your life that you're creating this life with. It could be a love interest, could be a business partner. The Emperor and the Empress rule their world. The Emperor and the Empress have boundaries. They're unapologetic. Not everyone will like them when they set the boundaries. They stay on their throne. Sometimes they say nothing. And that's saying nothing is enough. Saying nothing, not responding, not interacting says it all. And the Emperor and Empress know how to enjoy themselves also. And they're successful, they're optimistic, all the things that we talked about. They're passionate in their own way. They complement each other's energy. To create an empire that works for them. All right, let's close this out. Let's pull a soul self-care oracle for you to close this out. Spirit, let's pull one. Every time I say let's pull one, there's two that comes out, but we'll... I love this because the Emperor and the Empress being out here with the Ace of Wands tells me that there's no going back for you at this point. There's no turning around. Nobody, you're not getting off your throne. You're enjoying the fruits of your labor. You're kind. But you have boundaries. You are charming. What did I say? You're kind. Have confidence in your charm. A lot of people gravitate towards you because they like you for you. You notice how it doesn't say everyone gravitates towards you because they like you for you. A lot of people do, though. People love your energy. So just be you. Just continue to be you and live unapologetically. I hope you enjoyed this message, Pisces. That's your message for today. And keep weaving. Let's keep weaving that dream together. And hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Drop me a comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know where you are on this journey. I would love to know. All right. See you in the next one. Love you.